Hey everyone, welcome back to Dubb Support YouTube channel. In this video, we're talking about Covideo Reviews. And while we're going over some of these reviews, we're going to compare them side by side to some Dubb Reviews because these platforms are really have more in common than they do different, and we want you to be aware of both solutions. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first thing is the source of these reviews. Now, not all sources are created equal. What we have done is gone to sources like G2 and Capterra, and what these sources require is that their contributors be verified. Now, not everyone's verified, and so what I've done is I've gone through and only used the sources that are verifiable and that are recent. So both of those elements are really important, because we want to make sure that it's not someone who's being paid to leave the review and that it's not someone who's just pissed off. Opposite ends of the spectrum, but both not valuable. So those are the criteria. We need them to be verifiable or a real person, real company, and also recent because these platforms change so often. So that's what I've done. I've gotten the most recent, most verified sources, both the positive and the negative, and I've compiled this into a list of reviews here in the sheet. Now, I'm not going to go and read every single review, but I will provide, like I said, a little compilation, a little summary of what we have gathered from these sources. So let's go ahead and actually jump right into it. And now while we're doing this, we're going to compare these to some reviews side by side to Dubb. However, if you guys are more interested in like a hands-on feature approach where you can see side by side these features in action, then definitely check out our other videos where we do a full-length video, Covideo versus Dubb. Definitely check that one out if you're more interested in kind of a visual approach. Otherwise, like I said, I'm not going to read every single one of these. Overall, what we're looking at is there's not a ton of cons. There's not a lot of bad reviews out there for Covideo, which is a great sign. Both Dubb and Covideo are great companies, and they're going to have that in common. Difficult to find bad things. So let's get into what they actually did have. One of the major complaints is just the lack of customization. Apparently, it's pretty difficult to customize the video page templates. There's only a couple ones. There's some templates that they offer, but we're not. It's limited to a number. We can't add more. So definitely check that out. Like I said, if you guys are more interested in the visual features, that's in the visual comparison. The other one is videos sent via text come across as a link. Now, this is unfortunately not a limitation to Covideo or Dubb. It's a limitation to what SMS does itself. So SMS does not allow you to send clickable animated GIFs like they do in an email. So it's always going to come across with a link separate from whatever image or text you've included in that text message. So that's not a Covideo fault or anything, but I thought I'd include it here because another complaint about Covideo is just their lack of ability to send SMS. So the only thing you can do is send one SMS at a time through your phone or a third-party service. Whereas with Dubb is going to offer SMS automation and bulk sending. So you can send one video to a large group of people either at once through a bulk send, or you can send out through automation, like it sends one text message a day to a list of people once a day or once a week or however often or complicated you want to build up that workflow. So automation with SMS is something that Dubb provides. That's why they included this here. Because both platforms have so much in common, I wanted to include what differences as well. So the other thing is some issues with the Chrome extension. So if you have too many windows open or there's some other issues with it reloading, we can't pause. So none of their recording options offer pausing features. So like if I'm using the Chrome extension or the mobile app, I can't pause. Whereas with Dubb, you can see I'm using the Dubb desktop recorder to actually record this video, and it has that pause, resize camera option, lots of real-time editing features, and the mobile app provides the same. So you can pause and switch cameras and add multiple clips and things like that. So that is one of the bigger complaints with Covideo, as well as the editing or the recording features. No pausing, no annotations, and no resizing the webcam and things like that. Okay, and the other thing is there's no desktop app. So that's another alternative that, like I said, we're using the desktop app because of its benefits versus the Chrome extension, and that's not something we have with Covideo, so we're limited to the Chrome extension for recordings. And as I mentioned as well, the texting feature is brought up multiple times. So you can see there's a couple of different ones regarding text messages. So that's really it for the cons. One other thing was pricing, because they are a little bit more expensive than the average video solution out there. So they're, I believe, $69 per month if paid for the year in advance. That's $588 per year, whereas Dubb's going to be $384 per year. So really significantly less expensive, and we're going to have all the same features and more with Dubb. And now I know that's a bold claim, but definitely check out the side-to-side, head-to-head comparison videos between Covideo and Dubb, and you'll see more of what I mean, that we're getting the same features, but more with Dubb, with the automation and things like that. So, okay, now let's go into the pros. Unfortunately, I was not able to find anything different about Covideo in the pros. Like the things that people rave about, the things that people love about Covideo weren't any different from the things that people love about many other video platforms, including Dubb, like the convenience, its ease of use, and how they can attach personal messages to their emails or text messages, and then the tracking, of course. One thing that I did hear more of them, more great things about from Covideo than other people is their support. And I have personally experienced this. They do have great support. Very, very hands-on, friendly support, and they're very fast. Like I said, I would say their support is second to none. Okay, so fast, easy, really great support, and you'll read the reviews. Literally every review pretty much says the same exact thing in some different variation. You can see longer versions of that here. So really great things they've said about Covideo. Just a couple of cons, and it actually seems like most of the people reviewing aren't actually looking at many other video solutions. It seems like this is the only solution that they've ever seen that allows them to attach videos to emails, and that's why none of the reviews are actually looking at other tools, just looking at Covideo as a standalone, which is fine. Okay, so now we've looked at the cons, we've looked at the pros. Let's go ahead, and we've also mentioned some things about Dubb, how actually many of the cons are things that Dubb has already addressed. Now, the things we were able to see about the cons of Dubb, the negatives, were about the app, and actually many of these were old. So Dubb has really recently released a ton of updates on the app, and each of these issues has now since been addressed. So it's fully available for Android and iPhone. And it also has lots of new functionality, so you can add multiple clips and drop in music and text overlays. Lots of really cool features that really no other mobile app is going to have, except for maybe Videolicious, and they're $10,000+ a year. So that is where we're at. Like, really could not find a whole lot of negatives for Dubb out there. Many of the stuff, like I said, we're not including stuff from 2-3 years ago, all the recent stuff. And this was even the stuff about the app has since been addressed because the app updates have come in more recently in 2020. So now the pros, tons of pros, again, very similar to what we read about Covideo, fast, ease of use. But more often, there's stories of how really the platform has changed the way that people are doing business. They now use video throughout their organization, in their marketing, in their sales, and their touch points, instead of just having videos embedded on their website or something really, the entry level into video. So that's what I encourage people to look into. Both platforms do offer a free trial, so definitely check out a free trial at dubb.com. You're going to get access to all the training and all the resources, and of course the tool and all the tools that are included with Dubb. So check that out for yourself, and thanks for watching. If you guys need more information on Covideo and Dubb and the comparison between the two, definitely check out the rest of the videos in the channel.